Hey yo, thank you for joining me for a Star Wars Galaxy Heroes video. This one I've been debating doing for a hot minute, but I keep on feeling like when I go to do it, I'm going to fail on the attempt. But I have not failed on a single Reba attempt so far, and I'm typically pretty much overconfident when it comes to things. Specifically, this video is being made for a couple of people. Gabrielle Carlana, my ride or die. The Ben Solo to my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. The Han to my Chewie, because I'll rip your arms off. You know what I mean? Like, that guy's been with me everywhere. Followed me across the galaxy through multiple guilds, etc. And I know that he's working on getting there so that he can get Reba as well. And a couple of people from outside of these, my current guild, Gold Praetorian. I know Finley wanted to take a look at it. And a Lightfoot, Mafia Omerta. So a couple of guys did show some interest in how I get it done. So I wanted to show you guys, and the best way I can show you is actually the material that I use to kind of base my idea off of, because it's not an original idea. This is something that a large group of the community came up together and kind of formulated what's going to work here. I reached out to the creator of this graphic and was like, hey, I wanted to thank you, wanted to mention you, and it's Themi, and I found him on the Rise of the Empire TB Discord. He said, I appreciate the shout out, but don't forget to shout out all the other people like CD, the entire group on the Apple Discord. That group came together as a big part of the community and formulated the plan. I just pretty much put it on the graphic. And so, really, thank you so much to those guys for putting in the work to kind of come up with the idea. So this is the graphic. I'm keeping it up there for a little bit. I wanted to show you guys that. Now, mine is not exactly like this, and we will talk about my mods and where I differ. A lot of it's going to be those primaries, those arrow primaries. I just don't have the crit resistance primaries like they do. So we're going to hop in here. Now, important parts about the event itself. It's two waves. Keep in mind a couple of things I'll touch on as well is that when I was still getting 100%, these guys were all Relic 7. One time I forgot Ninth Sister. I didn't forget her. I used her with Lord Vader for the Empire mission in Dark Side, came here and was like, uh-oh, I don't have a tank. Luckily, I was able to pull that one off still. And so I'm pretty confident that as long as you get Grand Inquisitor, Seventh Sister, Fifth Brother into the second wave, you're good. So I'm going to hold on to that and hopefully not lose anybody in my run here. Otherwise, I'm going to look pretty funny being overconfident. But so when we look at these guys, I'm going to go ahead and set up the Reva mission. I have it splayed out here. Now, when modding, you have to take into account that there's going to be two things that are in play that you have no control over: dots and thermal detonators. So a lot of it is avoiding being killed by those things, right? You're going to take dots every turn. There's no avoiding that. The thermal detonators you can avoid. You have to have the tenacity up to avoid them, and then when they go off, you can avoid the days if you have that tenacity up. And so a lot of this is avoiding AoEs so that we don't take a whole bunch of needless thermal detonators, and managing the dots on us while letting them do work for us. They will actually be quite helpful, especially in that first phase. And so this is what we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and break down them in the order that they actually move. So the turn order is very specific here. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I apologize. Excuse me. So I talk a lot at work, and my throat's a little messed up right now, anyways. So, jeez. All right. First person to act is Seventh Sister. She's at 338 speed, which, if you look at the graphic, I think they say 330 plus. We want her to go first because she's going to cleanse a buff, reduce somebody's turn meter, and start applying stacks of purge. We need 6 stacks of purge on somebody ASAP, so that we can use Grand Inquisitor's second ability to spread tenacity up to everybody. So, and the second thing, besides turn meter, is high protection with low health. The higher your protection with lower health, all these dots, all the thermal detonators do percent health damage. So if you have a smaller health pool and a higher protection pool, it kind of alleviates some of the worry there, because your protection isn't taking as much damage as your health would, if that makes any sense. So high protection, low health, and a specific turn order, and that's really all my goals here. So she's the fastest, and that's because of her fantastic middle ability, which again will apply a whole bunch of stacks and get the whole train moving here. We do like a little bit of defense on here, so a lot of them have a decent amount of armor, but again, for her, it's really speed. Now again, I do not rock the crit avoidance arrows. For her, it's speed. I think for Grand Inquisitor, or one of them, one of the other ones that I need fast, it's also going to be speed primary. But we rock speed on the primary here because, again, she needs to go first. Here, protection primary, speed in the secondary. Defense primary, speed in the secondary. A little bit of health on that one. I'm not going to be mad at like flat health, and especially if I can keep the health low while getting protection on top of it, it's worth it. So again, protection in the primary, speed secondary, and defense where we can pick it up too. Here, good speed in the secondary, good protection, well, somewhat good protection. And over here, we got speed, defense in the secondary. No protection on that one, but that speed is beautiful. Defense, we want to take as little damage as we can as we move through it, because we're going to have a lot of opportunities to heal ourselves and to also do that balancing act with the Grand Inquisitor. Let's see, second to move will be... I should have just hit back. Okay. So second to move is going to be Fifth Brother. We are going to go ahead and use his basic on that. All defense set. Again, we want high defense, high protection, low health, and then a specific turn order. So he's going to go next, 325. I don't remember what they had for his speed, but I just know that we want him to go second. Again, high protection, low health, right? And decent defense. We're going to be we want to extend the battle as much as we can, just to let the dots do work. The dots will win the battle for us, right? And so, for his mods, breaking it down, I have speed on the primary. I needed him to go second. He's got protection, defense in the secondary, all defense mods, so that helps him as well. Protection primary, speed in the secondary, protection primary, speed in the secondary, protection primary, speed in the secondary, some speed, a little bit of defense, not, so the mods aren't going to be perfect. I don't know anybody who has absolutely perfect mods. It would be fantastic if I could just like plug in and generate my own mods. I would make them insane, but these are what they are, and they do the work. So speed in the secondary, tons of protection, a little bit of defense. Can't be mad at a mod like that. So Fifth Brother is the second to go. We use his basic. It's not only going to apply stacks of purge, but it will also put tenacity down on someone. And so that's always super helpful. Third is going to be Eighth Brother. And so we will start with his basic as well, because we don't do any AoEs until we have that tenacity down, again, to avoid those thermal detonators. And we're not going to use his other special because we don't want to consume those stacks of perch. We want to build 6 stacks of perch ASAP. With luck and a little bit of RNG our way, we should have that by the time Great Inquisitor takes his first turn. Okay? Again, low protection, or low health, high protection, and speed is okay, but we're worried about the turn order more than how fast he is. And so we come down here. He's got a little bit of armor on there too. He's very squishy. When I didn't have the tank, he was the only one to die in that run. So he's squishier than the rest of them. But that's I think the nature of his whole kit. Stealth and do those armor shreds and then hit you for massive damage afterwards. No speed in the secondary on this. You're going to see that a little bit more moving forward here. So I'm not going to have any speed on some of these mods. And that's because turn order is more important than how fast they go. And I'm looking for things like protection and defense. Having a little bit of offense on him is pretty good too, especially once you get to the second wave. If you can get to Kenobi, I can't imagine somebody getting to the second wave and failing. I think it would be, once that you're there, it's kind of smooth sailing. So here we've got protection primary, defense in the secondary. Now we did have to slow down Eighth Brother a little bit because he's naturally a little bit faster than I anticipated, I think. And I also had to slow down my Grand Inquisitor too. You'll see that. Protection, speed in the secondary. This does have a good amount of health. Maybe that's part of the reason why he did die. But it still doesn't equal a lot, right? When you compare it to protection to health, and then when you look at his final stats, it doesn't look like he still has very little health. Fairly little protection in the grand scheme of things as well. Protection, speed, defense. Here we have speed, protection in the secondary, a little bit of health again. Here we have speed and a whole bunch of protection in the secondary. So that one works out pretty well. The next in the turn order is Grand Inquisitor. Now again, by this point we're hoping to have those 6 stacks of purge. So we'll go ahead and look at what that looks like. And so he's 2 points slower than Eighth Brother. Again, high protection, low health, right? Decent tenacity on him, and decent armor as well. We are, again, drawing the battle out. We're making it take a while. We're going to let the dots do work for us here. So here again, protection primary, right? A little bit of tenacity, a little bit of offense. We do want your Grand Inquisitor to hit fairly hard, especially in that second phase. We want to have him absolutely annihilate Kenobi, especially when he's attacking multiple times in a row. Protection primary, speed in the secondary. A little bit of crit chance is nice. Protection primary, speed in the secondary. A little bit of defense in there, a little bit of offense. Protection primary, speed in the secondary. Potency's okay. Because they are so good at applying purge, I don't know if that's actually needed, but he has it. Defense, speed in the secondary, protection in the secondary, tenacity in the secondary. You can't get a much better mod than that for the event. Here, speed in the secondary, and another shot at defense. So, again, keeping him alive is going to be the main goal here, trying to get to the second phase. Now, the last one to act, the slowest one of the group, is Ninth Sister. Now, I lied earlier. I said they were all Relic 7 when I started winning this event. I've always had Ninth Sister at Relic 8. She is one of the ones that I intend to take to Relic 9, but she keeps on moving down in the order of people that I would want to Relic 9 because she doesn't pilot any of the ships, so it's very likely I'll do something like my Malchus is Relic 9. I might do my Darth Revan next, knowing that the Leviathan is coming, so we will see how that pans out as well. I might have plenty of time, so I might have the ability to do other Relic 9s first. Low health, high protection. Speed really doesn't matter for her. We're not worried about it. Tenacity's nice. And then plenty of defense. Her kit comes with a good amount of defense as well. So when we look at her mods singly, I don't think we're going to find a ton of speed here at all. So we got protection, a little bit of health. I mean, a green 5-dot mod. You really, these the parameters for some of these don't have to be insane. And so for her protection, a little bit of speed, some defense on the secondary there. Protection primary again, speed, defense, tenacity. Here, protection primary. She does have a little bit of health on here, but not a ton. A lot of defense and a lot of speed, though. That's always good. Speed and, again, a little bit of health in the secondary. Not going to undo what we're working with here. And then here we have tenacity, a good amount of health, but again, not enough to outweigh the protection. Ideally, I wouldn't have this one on there, but again, who has perfect mods? So when you're talking about protection, that crazy defense, tenacity, I think that outweighs the health there. Plus, it is a defense set, and those are they're not something that I farmed enough of. I find, I have a couple of them on Kylo Ren Unmasked, etc. Anyways, back to the Inquisitors. So that's it. That's going to be how we have them modded. And this is my first run with both Grand Inquisitor and Fifth Brother also at Relegate. And so we're just going to hop in. Already 16 minutes in. I want to do... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow the battle down and talk it out. Obviously, we're not timed. But I know that long videos are tedious to watch sometimes. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and take a couple hits here. Now, this is going to be the run where I absolutely lose. Just kidding, obviously, but at least I hope. So, I typically go for Chief Nevitt. We're going to go ahead and use her middle ability here. There we go. Taking a couple hits here. We're going to basic here. Again, that tenacity. Oh, here we go with a basic. All right, so we are not going to get the 6 right away. So we're going to basic here. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do it and get that tenacity up. We have a lot of thermals on us this time. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and heal herself up because she is the lowest in that situation there. We're going to go ahead and target Scavenger. We want Scavenger out ASAP because he has the ability to set off all those thermals for extra damage. Now when we hit the AoE, we're going to cleanse all those buffs. Going to get an assist here. Alright, we're going to hit another AoE here. Get the assist. Alright, now we have 8 stacks of dots on everybody. We're going to go ahead, equalize everybody's health and protection, and cleanse all those dots. Beautiful. Alright. So it's starting to look like some of these guys are going to die automatically here. So we can, again, we're going to pick off Scavenger right away. Here we're going to go ahead and hit him with the AoE. Let's see, we're going to come back to Chief Nevitt, and we're going to use his special ability to give him damage immunity. That's one less person I got to worry about getting killed here. We're going to come to Scavenger should die from those dots. We're going to come here to Engineer and start slapping him a little bit. He has the most remaining health, it looks like. Alright. Basic him. Alright, yep. A couple of them are just falling now. Okay. We're going to go ahead and basic the Scavenger. Take a little bit of a hit. Okay. Now we're in phase 2. Like I said, if you can get into phase 2, I feel like you could almost throw it on auto at this point, just like you could previously, because in the old version of this mission, I swear you could just throw any combination of them in and hit auto and get through it. I also had them very well modded for that. They were very fast and hit hard. So very different modding this time, but second wave is usually pretty easy here. We are going to go ahead and throw the AoE. I'm not worried about thermals at this point, so it's going to be about just beating him up, trying to stack as much purge on him, get a couple armor shreds. Once Kenobi dies, you win the match, right? And it's not like the pirate over there taunts, so just go on in, wallop him. So now we're going to get that armor shred, ability block. We're going to go ahead and heal up everybody, targeting herself because she is the lowest of the pools there. So we're sitting pretty good at the moment. Nice, nice. Couple good dodges. Basic here. Stacking more purge. We're at 5 dots for everybody. I think we're going to go ahead and cleanse. Throw the AoE. Get the cleanse going. Throw another AoE. Get all these assists are fantastic too. Let's go ahead and try to steal some turn meter from him. There we go. We'll go ahead and throw the special. It doesn't consume purge to use his special there. Now we're going to put tortured, and it's going to start going very fast now. Again, once he's down, we've won, so I'm not worried at all about the other guy. We're going to go ahead and use the special, consume all those stacks of purge for dots. There we go. Nice and easy. So my overconfidence is warranted this time. Again, have not failed, and I've made some dumb mistakes. So it's really not too bad as long as you follow the modding plan close or close enough. Let's see. Did I have any bonuses? I did not have any bonuses. Did we have any bonuses from this one? No, we did not have any bonuses. So that was no bonuses. Nothing special going on. Yeah, it's really not too bad. But that is the video. If you have any questions, you can obviously comment on the video. Reach out to me on Discord. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I really hope this helps you guys get her. She is, we see her absolutely annihilating Kenobi Cat, and that is the team I hate the most. It's so unbalanced. So I hope this helped you guys. Everyone should have Reva. She's just, I think the world of the Inquisitors. I was farming them before I knew they were going to be important. So yeah. Thank you guys so much again for being there and listening, and hopefully it helps and you had a good time. Catch you on the next one.